back to the channel. This is Mustafa, and today we are going to unbox a Fitbit, the new Fitbit Sense. So the first part of this video is going to be only the unboxing of the Fitbit Sense. I actually have purchased this on my own, and this is going to replace my, hopefully if I like it, this is going to replace my previous fitness tracker, which is a Garmin Fenix 5X. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and open. Let's see. So the box comes off like this, and then, wow, this is definitely different, better from the Versa 3. It's open like this. Wow, looks beautiful. Okay. Then you have the Fitbit itself. Also have this in the box. This is the charger. Charger is a little different from the Versa 3 as well. I used to have Versa 3, I still actually have it. My wife uses it. So this is the new charger. It also comes with a larger band, which is the one I mostly go with. You know, all the manual and everything else here as well, which we are not going to bother with. That's it. That's everything that is in the box. The next step will be turning this on. I'm pairing it with my phone. I'm going to use this for a week at least, and I'm going to compare it to my Garmin Fenix 5X, as well as my wife's Fitbit Versa 2, not Versa 3, it's the Versa 3 I think, yeah, Versa 2. What's up guys, I'm back. It's been a week. After the unboxing, I've been using the Fitbit Sense every day and night. And I think I'm ready for a full in-depth review. First of all, it's a very nice, I think it's a very huge improvement on the Fitbit Versa 2 aesthetically, right? They have reduced the bezels. I'm not sure if you can see this here, maybe not. But the bezels are definitely reduced, and let me open an app and see if we can get a non-black background. I think you get the idea. You have curved edges around the screen. Yeah, I think it's better now. Yeah, but everything else, as far as the software goes, everything else is exactly the same as the previous Fitbit Versa 2. Okay, but the aesthetics is not the only improvement this watch has had. The first thing I noticed when I opened the watch was the bands, right? So they have changed the mechanisms. You can change the bands, which is, I really welcome this improvement. I think it's a very great improvement, and it is definitely a needed, necessary improvement. So this has become much easier compared to the previous. I just push a button, something like a button here, and it comes off, and then if you want to put it in, that's it. It goes in, it snaps in place. I have the Versa 2 here. I don't have the band set up, but the mechanism here, which is one of the older mechanisms, which was pretty hard to handle. I mean, compared to the one you have right now. See, it was, so the other one for me was just a snapped in place, but this one I have to work on to get it to the snap in place. Yeah, it is definitely a huge improvement. Yeah, I can't get it to work right now. Alright. But in general, there hasn't been that much of a change. The only other change I can mention is that the bottom is different now. It is not a button. It's something like a hole on the side of your screen. So it is not a real button like the one on Versa 2 and on Versa 1, like these ones, right? I don't know if my Versa 2 is out of juice or not. But no, it doesn't turn on, so it is out of juice. But it is not a button, and I guess it feels the same as a regular button on the Versa 2. At least to me, it doesn't really, I don't see that much of a difference here. The sensors are supposed to be improved, and the other main difference between the two, that's actually the difference the Versa 3 and Sense share, both of them with the Versa 2, is the GPS. And let me tell you, having a GPS makes a lot of change. I don't know if it's the GPS or it's just a better watch, but I run on a treadmill every day. I usually run 25 minutes for like 2.6 miles, right? My Versa 2, I haven't used this Versa 2 for like 6-7 months now, for a couple of months, right? Well, my Versa 2 used to give me like 1.9 miles instead of 2.6, 2.1 miles. But the Fitbit Sense is always on point. Always give me the exact same reading that my treadmill gives me. So I guess I'm very happy with this, because there has been it is a huge improvement compared to the Versa 2. But there are other sensors that they've added other than the GPS, although I think the GPS is the most important one. But they have added other sensors. Another sensor they have added is an EDA sensor, which is detects the electrodermal activity, which is supposed to measure your stress. They have the ECG capability as well, but the app is not ready yet, so you cannot take the electrocardiogram measurements yet. But I just received a notification today on the Fitbit app that told me that it will be ready pretty soon. The ECG app is going to be ready to download pretty soon. And there's also on-wrist skin temperature sensor, which can measure your skin temperature as well. And the measure is mostly just a comparison, and it measures your skin temperature at night and compares it to the previous night, and so on and so forth, right? Now, there is another sensor here. They have a pulse oximeter as well, but in order to get that sensor to work, you have to install this clock face, this specific clock face. It doesn't work with the regular clock face they have on. I don't know why, and you definitely have to go to the app and download this clock face. I don't have any problem with this clock face, but it is not the most beautiful one or the most useful one for me. So, yeah. Something I need to mention about the bands is that the bands that they come in the box are not very good. I don't like them. They are very hard to lock in place, essentially. They are not as convenient as they should be. That's why I have ordered these bands on the side as well. So I'm not using these. But the fact that you can change the bands so quickly and so easily, I made changing the bands a blast, which was not a blast definitely on the Versa 2, on the earlier models. So yeah, I guess as far as the improvements to the Versa 2, you will see a huge improvement for Fitbit Sense. But they also have the Fitbit Versa 3. All of them are on back order right now, I guess, except for the Versa 2. But Versa 3 and Fitbit Sense are on back order right now. So, and by right now I'm talking about October 3rd, right? So it will take a while if you order them. But Fitbit Versa 3 has a GPS as well, but it doesn't have the skin temperature measurements. I'm not sure if it has the pulse oximeter or not, but I don't think it has. It also doesn't have the ECG app. But if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, it will do the job. And I mean, all three, you can actually buy all three from the Fitbit website. And the prices are the price for the new Versa 2 is $179, which I guess is $20 discount. And what I have here is actually the special edition, so for that you have to pay $20 extra, which means that they will just send you an extra band, right? So I wouldn't really recommend buying the special edition, although I have bought the special edition, but I don't think it was a good purchase, right? But you can buy the Versa 3 for $230, $229.95. I would say if you are choosing between Versa 2 and Versa 3, definitely go with the Versa 3 because of the GPS and because I have seen the difference myself. I could never imagine this much of an improvement between two generations of the watch. Although I'm talking about the improvement of Sense over Versa 2, but I think the improvements are because of the GPS, which Versa 3 also has, right? So yeah, definitely go for that. You can also buy the Fitbit Sense here, which I have here, for $330, $329.95. Of course, you have to pay tax on these as well, so an extra, like I think $20 or something. You have to pay an extra $20 or something. Alright, size-wise, versus Fitbit Sense is a little smaller, just a little, not that much. So I cannot say there's a huge improvement, but this screen is much better. Of course, it looks better. It has a better resolution, it has a better quality. You can see the difference, and I should say I am impressed. Right, in one generation they have added so many features. They have had so much improvement that I would say I would definitely recommend upgrading from Versa 2 to Versa 3. But the other watch I wanted to compare this to is the Garmin Fenix 5, which was my main watch for after I stopped using the Versa 2. So before the Fitbit Sense. These are two different worlds, of course. These are like Garmin has its own software. This is not a touch screen, so it is not as pretty. It is not as classy, if you will, as the Fitbit. But it has GPS, it has maps, and I think this is a 2-year-old model, so I think you should be able to buy it for $350 now. That's a Fenix 5X. And if I had to compare the two, I would say I would definitely go with the Fitbit Sense because of the added features like the pulse oximeter. Mine doesn't have a pulse oximeter for some reason. This Fenix, but I think there are other generations of Fenix that have the pulse oximeter. And the only thing that I can say that Garmin Fenix has that my Fitbit doesn't have is, of course, the maps capability that I don't use that much. I haven't used at all actually, and the battery life on this is crazy. It goes like two weeks without needing a charge. And they advertise the battery life on this that they said it should go 6 days without needing a charge, but I haven't seen that. For me, most I could go without charging the device was 4 days. So be aware. For my use is just a normal use. I run every day for like 25 minutes. That's it, and then just regular use, right? Okay. So there is one more difference between the Fitbit Sense and the previous Fitbit, and that's the charger. They have changed the charger. It looks much better now compared to the older one. Let me get the older one for you. And the unboxing experience is like 100 times better, much better, of course. Like look at this, the newer box here. I have both of them here. Like you get to open the box like this, and which you saw earlier in the video, right? But the unboxing of the previous generation of Versa 2 was just this, right? So this one is much better than the new one. This is the old charger, a little bulk here. And this is the new one, much smaller, and I would say much better. They say it charges faster, but I haven't compared the charging time, honestly. And I usually, whenever it needs charging, I usually put it to charge overnight, so it is like 10 hours. It is connected to the charger for 10 hours. Like, not 10 hours, of course, like 8-7 hours, but more than what it needs. Okay, so let me take this out. Let me bring all of them here. Versa True, Fitbit Sense, and Garmin Fenix 5. I would say my recommendation between the three is definitely Fitbit Sense. It is the best watch. They have improved a lot over Versa 2, and it is a much better watch. It looks better. It doesn't have a better battery life, and they've never advertised a better battery life, but with Versa 2 I used to get 3 days, but with this I'm getting 4 days. So for my experience, it is a 2-hour battery life. My notifications are on. Okay. So if you are really concerned with battery life, if you are not a professional hiker like me, if you're someone who just hikes for fun, Fitbit Sense is for you. You don't want to go with Garmin. And if you have Versa 2 and you're thinking of upgrade and you have the money for it, I would say just jump the ship, buy the Fitbit Sense, and like sell this. So final thought on the Fitbit Sense. As I just said, I will definitely recommend purchasing this fitness tracker, but you just have to keep in mind that this is not a real smartwatch. It is not. Its functionality is a little different from Apple or Samsung. And there is one huge problem with this watch. As you can see, I have a heavy accent. I'm not a native English speaker, so my native language is Farsi or Persian, and this watch doesn't have the Unicode to decode the Persian language text. So whenever my wife sends me a text or something in another language, the only thing I see is just these rectangles. That's it. So I thought they would add the functionality after Versa 2, but they haven't. So that's a bummer to me. But I think the market for people who want to have the notifications in Farsi language is so small that the company doesn't really care to improve on this. But that's something that really threw me off. Other than that, great watch, definitely worth buying.